Good morning, gentlemen, from our side, and lady, and good afternoon. Good afternoon from your side. Plastic. There's always been a lie that has been skirted by Bok management with regards to performance and also blooding players. Again, it's the same route. Just talk me through how tricky was this week's selection and considering what is at stake this weekend.
I think explain lie first to me, and then I can answer Kanyisa because I'm not too sure when you say lie.
Line, as in the thin line.
Oh, okay, the line. Oh, I thought you said lie.
No,
Oh,
thin
okay,
line,
yeah,
yes.
so it's not the first language, Yeah, well, no, Kanyisa, the thing is that the biggest goal for us is always to win games. We know we don't take it for granted the positions where we are as a team. And the more we win, I think the better it is for us as a team. To be able to transform the team the way we want to transform, because of, once again, we always talk also about building the squad depth. So we don't always want to just focus on just winning only. It's very important that we've got 33 players on tour. And then a lot of these boys have been really, really working very hard to get their opportunities. So I think for me, I'm happy and excited to see what these probably young guys that are coming through. A guy like Mone van der Berg, a guy like Lukanya, he has done the job for us, won the World Cup for us twice, women Mapimps, so for them to get an opportunity also, something that excites me, as a coach. And once again, I think we've selected a squad of 33 players that we all trust, as a coaching staff. And so, yeah, I'm just excited for them to also get an opportunity.
Lita?
Thank you, Z. Hi, Stoker. Hi, Moon. I hope you guys are good.
Yes,
Stoker,
my
just
brother.
for you, if despite what happens tomorrow, can you guys still consider this tour a success, seeing what you achieved? I would think that you would see it in that light.
Yeah, listen, we want to win the game tomorrow. That will be even better for us, to win 2 out of 2 away from home, and we know it was, in the past, it was not easy for us to get a win in Australia, but once again, last week, I think the way we pitched up on the game, and I think we started very well, and we were in control for most of the time in the game, so I think they've managed to come back later on in the game when we had those cards. But once again, I think the key thing for us is to make sure that we keep improving on how we want to play the game. If we can get 2 out of 2 wins, that will be special, and that will be great for us. But otherwise, once again, we don't want to say if we lose, do you understand, it will be a total failure. We just want to make sure that we keep on improving as a team. So once again, from my side, I think the main thing tomorrow is for us to go and win the game, and and then we'll take it from there. But once again, 2 out of 2, I will take it anytime.
Justin?
Thanks, Zina. Morning, Brataka. Salmaan, good morning. Congratulations, Salmaan, on taking an opportunity of leading the team. Just for you, last week, beating Australia for the first time in a while must have been fantastic for the team. Notably, an Australian team that's going to come back a bit harder as a team, as players. How do you circumnavigate that? Do you change anything in terms of the way that you've worked? Or do you simply just trust and believe in your processes and trainings in this week ahead of tomorrow's match?
Yeah, I think last week was exceptional. To sum it up, to keep it short as well, I thought the team really bought into the plan. Everyone was really desperate, and I think going into this week, the challenge would be to back that up. But I can tell you this, that we've had a very good week of prep. And you also mentioned that Australia will be very well prepped, and they'll be desperate as well to turn around their campaign. So we are well aware about that, or of that. I mentioned it all week. The challenge for us is to back it up and to be as desperate as last week, if not more.
John?
Morning, guys. Morning, Lee. Salmaan, I just wanted to ask you, sort of for you and the guys playing on the weekend, do you feel like this is also maybe an audition for you guys with 2 big tests against the All Blacks coming up in South Africa?
Like Coach Stick said, I think this the squad, we're in a very good place. I think there's healthy competition amongst each other, and for a squad that's always very good. Going into, I can tell you our priority is this game coming this weekend against Australia. If we can get a good result and build on last week, then going into the off week and into the All Black tests will be really good. Obviously, it will give us that extra bit of, I don't know, I don't want to say leeway, but comfort going into the All Black test and then a fresh week prepping for the All Black test. I think everyone that's selected for tomorrow is very desperate and want to cement their place in the squad. So that's a very good thing, I think.
John?
And Salmaan, I wanted to ask you sort of, South Africa has got a massive lock factory. You now one of the guys coming through over the years. And the guys playing next to you, like a Eben, a Sous, as well as Ergis Neyman, Lode Jager is injured. So why do you think South Africa produces so many locks and so many quality locks as compared to the rest of the world?
I think it must probably be something in the water, or I don't know, maybe the biltong. Yeah, it must be something to do with genetics. But to answer your question, I think South Africa is in a very healthy place in terms of locks, loose forwards. I think all around. Like I said earlier, there's healthy competition for every spot in the team, and as a squad, that's what you want: pushing each other week in, week out, to better each other, and to get the results.
Kaniso?
Thank you. Salmaan, I've just come across Matt Pierce's video of your guys' captains run and the photo, and it looks like a lot of people have come through to actually watch. Just talk us through about the support that you guys have received in Perth. Having been in Perth, Perth is a place that has a lot of South Africans, and in the past, South Africa's record has been good, and it's probably felt a bit more of a home away from home for the Springboks.
Yeah, I think the support all week has been really good. It's been exceptional. We at trainings every single day there was a large group of people, and it's really nice to see. It's really comforting to know that there's so many people over here supporting us, and we really hope that they do come out on Saturday and in the large amounts of numbers and coming to support us, and hopefully we can put up a performance that can make them proud. And so thank you for their support.
Justin?
Thanks, Brastoka. This one's for you. Salmaan talks about players working really hard to cement their place within the Springbok team and starting lineup potentially. There is the other side that talks about the squad depth that Coach Rassie is building towards 2027 and beyond, most likely. For you as a coach, speaking to these players, the understanding is, yes, that the way things are going and building, nobody is secured of their place. So what kind of conversations are you having with those players that might potentially be dejected and feel like they've worked really hard to earn a spot and potentially are not getting that playing time?
Yeah, Justin, I think you know very well that we've got a very, very open policy in how we operate and how we do things. And even normally, before even the tour, we'll explain to players what is our goal as coaches, and management, and for us, we always want to make sure that we, like I said earlier on, that we want to build that squad depth, but on the other side, selecting the same team, for example, if we selected the same team from last week, it doesn't guarantee you a win, a win for sure. Do you understand? Because if you look at what happened against Ireland, where we managed to probably select almost the same 23, the following week, and then we didn't pitch up, So I think for us, sometimes to always also give some of other players, I mustn't actually just say the youngsters, because there's also a lot of experienced players, that are also getting opportunity, the likes of Thomas Tutoy, who's been around, waiting for his opportunity, Lucanio and like I've mentioned, Mapim's also getting a chance, So I think for us is to make sure that, listen, and a lot of these guys on training sessions, they're really pushing us very hard. They really, really practicing well as a team. And I think the more competition we get, I think the better it is for us as coaching staff. And once again, even whatever that's going to happen tomorrow with the results, a lot of these guys, I know one thing for sure, they're going to lift their hands up, and I know that they will give us a lot of probably answers before the All Blacks game. But once again, I think for me, I'm just happy for a lot of them getting an opportunity. And once again, you spoke about a guy like Salmaan and the luxury of having all these big proper locks in South Africa. Moon has been around, and even since the junior teams, I think he has earned the stripes, and his credentials, they speak for himself, because he's every age group that he's played for, he was always one of the leaders. If not a captain, was always in the top two with their leadership group, So I think a lot of these guys, it is a matter of them getting an opportunity because of, once again, like I said, they work very hard.
Kaniso?
Thank you, Zina. Plastic, you talk about back-to-back matches. It's been a trending theme, and it's something that you've addressed in previous press conferences, that backing up a win with a better performance in the next week has been something that you guys have not quite got together. I mean, we saw an example of that in the World Cup semi-final, where the quarterfinal was a magnificent game, yet the Boks took an edge to get into the semi-final. How important is it now for the guys to switch on and ensure that the standards from the previous week are actually raised, not even met, are raised for tomorrow's game?
Yeah, listen, 100%, Kanye. So we will have to improve tomorrow to be able to get that second win, and we know that for sure it's not going to be light, If you look at the way the selection team, the team that is selected for Australia, they've got a lot of experience there with the guy like Marika Korobeti coming back into the team, Nick White with his experience. So it's surely going to be a different challenge, And we know one thing for sure. We've been there also as a team on the other side where we were desperate for the win. So the key thing is that, like Salmaan also mentioned earlier on, I think the players that are also given an opportunity at the moment in our squad, they're also in that very, very desperate position to be able to prove it to us as coaches and the management that they've got what it takes also to always be in that match 23. So I think that's the key thing for us. Whatever happened last week, yes, it happened, but I think it's all in the past. If we won't pitch up with that desperate mindset tomorrow, I think we might have a long day at the office, But once again, like I said, I know a lot of these guys are excited. I know a lot of these guys are also desperate with the opportunity they're getting. So it's going to be a big occasion. It's going to be a tough one. But once again, I think the team that probably physically and mentally pitch up on the day tomorrow will probably stand a chance on winning the game. And Australia, they've got the players. And it's going to be a tough one, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
Nathan?
Yeah, thanks, Salmaan, you get another opportunity to lead the Boks. Probably comforting, you got leaders like Peter Steph and there. Also an experienced bench you can lean on.
Absolutely. I think I've said it before. I think leadership has changed over the last couple of years, and with the Springboks and their World Cup campaign over the past over the past 8 years, it showed that it's not only the captain's role to lead the team, and I think the squad or the team that's selected to play this weekend, there's some quality leaders out there, guys that take ownership in their roles and their responsibilities, which at the end of the day makes my job as captain so much easier.
Nathan?
Nathan just asked me.
I just got to two questions closer later, if I may. But if there's time in English, Stick, can you confirm if Sia and Eben will be working out Drikkers for his fight, and perhaps a message on behalf of the Boks for Drikkers?
My brother, I don't know. I probably also read the same thing online, like you. The information you've got, it's also I've read online, so I don't know anything that's happening on the other side. The main focus for us is the game that we're playing on Saturday. If that happens over the weekend, listen, happy days for South Africa, But once again, for us, the focus is the game we're playing against Australia. So I'm not really too sure, my brother.
Kaniso?
Thank you, Zina. Salmaan, just talk me through how hungry do you expect Australian pack to get, especially after the rough treatment they got last week. One would think that especially with a player like Angus Bellback and the changes that they've made, with the changes that South Africa have made, they'll come back a far stronger team from a forward perspective.
Absolutely. I think they'll definitely be very desperate to rectify their campaign. I think as a forward pack alone, I think with their coach, the scrum coach Mike Cron, they certainly have a lot of pride in the scrum, first of all, in their set piece. So they will certainly come out very desperate. And as you mentioned, they selected Angus Bell to start, who's also a quality rugby player and someone that prides himself on his set piece. So we're expecting a massive battle. But within saying that, I think we've prepped really well. The guys are excited and ready to go.
Justin?
So, Man, I'll stay with you. The fact that you now get to lead a team against a tier 1 team, having the opportunity against Portugal last time, do you prepare differently? Are you having to think of different things, knowing that it is, yes, a tougher opponent and also an opponent who is wounded, who wants to come back stronger against, a dominant Springbok team? So for you as a leader and the work that you need to do, notably, is your performance first and foremost before, anything else. But from a leadership point of view, are you having to think about different things when it comes to a match of this nature tomorrow?
To answer you, no, I don't think it changes. I think I mentioned earlier about the experience in the team that's playing tomorrow, and those guys automatically take that pressure off you. I think a guy like Jesse, he looks after the defense, so I know that's covered. PT is in the team. There's so many other experienced rugby players that's playing this weekend. Guys that's been around the block, guys that have seen these type of situations. So, like you mentioned, for me, most important is to perform well first, to do my job, and then obviously with that comes, dealing with the ref and speaking to him and trying to get him on our side. But just to answer your question, I don't think it changes much. I think the group of players really does help a lot in terms of decision making and to manage the team.
Leeton?
Moon, it's quite a bunch of inexperienced guys, but you have Thomas up front, you have Jesse and Lucanio at the back. How much do you want to see the guys, or how much have you seen the guys chat with him this week, especially Krappy and Sasha, who starts as the combination? And then how much do you want to see them speak to them on the field as well, just to get clarity in their roles as well?
I think the week has been really, really good. You mentioned Krappies and Sasha being the starting combo. Then just outside them, they've got Lucanio and Jesse, which in my opinion is really, really useful. Those guys have been around. They've won World Cups. They know what to expect. And I thought during the week they were really good. The small comms were really good. Everyone is trying to help each other. Everyone understands the bigger picture, and everyone understands the importance of this week's game. And I think everyone's contribution has really been unbelievable.